The burnt shell of Luka Modric's old home still stands to this day. 30 years ago, a 6-year-old Modric escaped his hometown after a violent civil war. Against all odds, this traumatized young boy grew up to be an elegant midfield maestro. But how did Luka Modric do it? How did he go from refugee to Ballon d'Or winner? Let's take a look at the story of this brilliant Croatian hero and how his tough childhood shaped him to become one of the best players ever. Early years. Named after his grandfather Luka Sr., who was brutally executed by Serbian forces, Modric was forced to flee when their home was burned to the ground by militants. The young Modric would be a refugee in a small coastal village called Zadar. His family would camp in desolate hotels, where Modric would begin his footballing journey by playing with a ball in hotel parking lots. Incredibly, Modric spent 7 years hiding away in hotels, while around him the Balkan War raged on. The city of Zadar was under siege for more than 2 years, and Modric would play football as bombshells and gunfire rained around him. Somehow, a worker at the hotel got in contact with the local football club, NZ Zadar, and Modric would join his first team. First steps into football. Young Luka was a thin and scrawny kid, equipped with little athleticism or strength, but he made up for it with supreme intelligence and ball control. Even though he was rejected by one of Croatia's largest clubs, Hajduk Split, for being too small, Modric persisted and worked on his craft. Soon, with a consistent training program and hard work, the teenage Modric was scouted and recruited by Dinamo Zagreb. But the path to first-team football was not easy. Zagreb were not always convinced of his physical and mental strength, so they sent him on loan to difficult environments like Bosnia to prove himself, which was considered one of the most physically brutal leagues to play in. After being voted Player of the Year, Modric finally secured his first professional contract. His first act was to buy a flat for his family in Zadar, ending their 13-year struggle as homeless refugees. Rise to greatness. After turning professional, Modric stepped up his game even further. He won the league 3 times with Zagreb, including being Player of the Year in his final season, attracting the interest of European clubs like Barcelona and Arsenal. But it was Tottenham who would break their transfer record to sign the 23-year-old Croatian. Modric would again deal with adversity. Spurs manager Juande Ramos made a baffling decision to shoehorn Modric in at left wing, forcing him to not just adapt to the physical English league, but also a new position. But following Ramos's sacking, Modric would be given a chance in the central role, which he grabbed with both hands. He would become a focal point for Spurs, orchestrating some of the best football in their history. And soon, Real Madrid and Jose Mourinho would come calling. Spurs and Daniel Levy didn't want to sell, but reluctantly agreed to grant Modric his wish. Modric had gone from war-torn Zadar to the pinnacle of European football, Madrid. But with his dream move came his toughest challenge yet, to cope with the overwhelming pressure of playing for the world's biggest club. As hard as it is to imagine now, Modric was actually labeled a flop by most Madrid fans. Modric was voted worst La Liga signing of the year in 2012, just ahead of Alex Song, who most Barcelona fans can agree is perhaps the worst player in their history. That's how poorly Modric played in his first season under Mourinho. But everything changed when the Portuguese manager resigned at the end of the season. Carlo Ancelotti came in and immediately made Modric a key part of his midfield, while encouraging him to play to his strengths in a calmer environment. Modric would reward his manager richly. His 93rd minute corner to Sergio Ramos in the Champions League final in 2014 led to Madrid's dramatic equalizer against city rivals Atletico, directly dragging Madrid to La Décima, their 10th Champions League title. Under Zinedine Zidane, Modric again pulled the strings for Los Blancos, being an integral part of one of the best midfield trios ever, and winning an unprecedented 3-peat of European titles, something no other team has ever come close to matching. And let's not forget Madrid's incredible 2022 Champions League run, when Modric provided the most clutch yet beautiful assist to Rodrigo to equalize against Chelsea. Modric now has 6 Champions League's winners' medals. No other man in history has more. A legend was born. Modric's greatest achievement has come while representing his nation. The 2018 World Cup marked the height of Croatia's golden generation, led by their captain Modric. He scored a penalty as Croatia beat Nigeria in their opening game 2-0, then smashed in an outrageous hit against Messi and Argentina as Croatia thumped them 3-0. In the knockout rounds, Croatia twice triumphed after an exhausting 120 minutes and penalties, with Modric stepping up in both matches to score key spot kicks. This iconic Croatia side, featuring underrated ballers like Ivan Perisic, Mario Mandzukic, and Ivan Rakitic, would cement their legendary status by defeating England in the semi-finals, again going the full 120 minutes. Although the final was a bridge too far for Modric and his compatriots, this generation achieved Croatia's best ever finish at a World Cup, bringing hope and joy to millions. Modric was rewarded for his outstanding performances with the Golden Ball for Best Player. The recognition was not just for his gameplay, but also his mental fortitude. Modric played 3 straight extra times and 2 penalty shootouts in just 10 days, the captain leading the way for his nation. Modric used his childhood trauma and resilience to spur this tired but determined Croatia side to their best ever footballing result. His performances and importance to both Real Madrid and Croatia led to his ultimate accolade, the 2018 Ballon d'Or. Modric was the first Croatian to win it, and the fact that he beat a prime Leo Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, who had won the previous 10 editions, shows just how good he was. Twilight Years. In spite of all the turbulence that comes with playing for Real Madrid, it is a testament to Modric's quality that he has been the first name on the team sheet for more than a decade. Regardless of his manager or teammates, Modric shone for the world's biggest club. He has made an astonishing 534 appearances for Madrid, ranking 14th on their all-time appearances list, despite only joining at 26. A true illustration of his consistent brilliance and longevity at the very top. He was 36 years old when he came on and provided the assist of the decade to Rodrigo in the Champions League quarterfinals, and started the final that saw Madrid triumph over Liverpool. His legs might have slowed, but Modric's brain and desire are sharper than ever, which is why Carlo Ancelotti still counts on him to come off the bench in key games. Modric will likely continue at Madrid, the most demanding club on the planet, until he is 40, which is just astounding. But then again, Modric's life has always been set on defying the odds. Being a refugee as a child, rejected for his size as a teenager, labeled the worst signing by Madrid fans, and carrying his tiny nation to a World Cup final. And now, he will defy Father Time for as long as possible. Legacy. In our age of statistics and clipped highlights, a player's true influence may not be fully appreciated, so it is a testament to Modric's ability and mentality that he is universally adored by all football fans. But Modric's legacy extends far beyond his impressive list of trophies and individual accolades. His story is a powerful reminder that even the most daunting obstacles can be overcome with hard work, dedication, and an unbreakable spirit. As Modric himself has admitted, the memories of his childhood and loss of his grandfather continue to drive him, serving as a constant reminder of the sacrifices that have shaped his remarkable career. He will be remembered as an elegant midfield playmaker, ducking and weaving into space, picking out the perfect pass, and dragging his team to victory. Modric's longevity at the upper echelons of football highlights his determination to keep proving himself and inspire the next generation of footballers. For now, Modric will continue playing on, so let's enjoy this Croatian maestro while we still can.